Hey, everybody, you're tuned into SiteGround.
Why do we fall in love with the wrong people? This question troubles many as our minds often tell us one thing while our hearts stubbornly pull us toward another. We choose partners who bring pain, disappointment, or leave us endlessly waiting for a love that seems unattainable. Why does this happen? What makes us repeatedly step on the same rake, ignoring stable, caring people in favor of those who are emotionally unavailable, unreliable, or even toxic? The answers lie in psychology, biology, and the life scripts formed in childhood that continue to shape our adult lives. Let's start with childhood scripts, which play a key role in our romantic preferences. The human brain is wired to seek the familiar, even if that familiarity is tied to pain. If you grew up in a family where parental love was conditional, say you were only praised for achievements or good behavior but otherwise felt not good enough, that becomes your model of love. As an adult, you subconsciously seek partners who replicate this dynamic. A cold, distant, or unpredictable person feels attractive because their behavior mirrors the scripts you knew as a child. You try to rewrite old trauma, proving to yourself that this time you can earn their love. It's like trying to close an old gestalt. If you felt unloved as a child, you'll be drawn to people who evoke similar feelings, hoping that now you'll finally gain their approval. But instead, you often end up in relationships where you're pushed away again and the cycle repeats. Biology plays a role too. Falling in love isn't about harmony or calm, it's about a chemical storm in your body. When you meet someone who sparks intense emotions, whether it's excitement, insecurity, or even fear of rejection, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter tied to pleasure and motivation. It's the same mechanism that drives people to gamble or compulsively check social media for likes. Emotional roller coasters where a partner pulls you close then pushes you away create uncertainty that amplifies dopamine release. A stable, reliable person who's always there and doesn't make you guess whether they love you doesn't trigger the same intense chemical reaction. So they might seem boring, even though those relationships are more likely to lead to long-term happiness. But our brains, like addicts, crave the vivid emotional spikes even if they're destructive. Another reason is low self-esteem. If you don't fully believe in your own worth, you subconsciously seek validation through others. A cold, unavailable, or cool partner becomes a sort of trophy. If they choose you, it's like proof you're worthy of love. The problem is these people are often not ready for equal, healthy relationships. The more you try to earn their love, the less they respect you, because you show you're willing to tolerate bad treatment. It's a vicious cycle. You try to prove your worth, but every rejection or indifference from them reinforces the belief that you're not good enough. You end up stuck in relationships where you constantly feel out of place, but keep fighting for love that seems valuable precisely because it's unattainable. The illusion of potential is another trap we often fall into. You don't fall in love with the real person, but with an image you've created in your mind. You see qualities in them that might not even exist or believe they'll change into the person you want them to be. He's just confused, she needs time to open up, if I'm patient enough, he'll become caring. These thoughts are familiar to many, but the truth is people only change when they want to, and no amount of effort from you can make them different. Falling for potential risks wasting years waiting instead of building a relationship with someone who's already ready to meet you halfway. Cultural factors also play a part. Media, movies, books, and TV shows often romanticize toxic relationships. Stories about the bad boy who changes for love or the girl who endures coldness and betrayal to finally win her prize are deeply ingrained in our collective psyche. We subconsciously adopt these patterns, starting to believe that real love must be complicated, full of drama and suffering. Calm, healthy relationships with no emotional roller coasters feel less real because they don't match what we've seen on screens or read in books. But in real life, drama rarely leads to a happy ending, and true intimacy is built on mutual respect and support. Another factor is the fear of loneliness. Sometimes we cling to the wrong people because we're afraid of being alone. We think it's better to endure bad treatment than face emptiness. This fear can be so strong that we ignore glaring red flags, rudeness, manipulation, indifference. We convince ourselves we can fix it, that it's better than nothing. But this choice often leads to even greater disappointment because relationships built on fear rarely bring happiness. So how do you break this cycle? The first step is honesty with yourself. Ask, what do you really feel when you fall for someone like this? Is it love or an addiction to the pain they bring? Check if your relationship follows a pattern like a lab experiment with rats. You press the lever, try, endure, wait, get a rare reward, fleeting attention, a compliment, a moment of closeness, and that keeps you going. If that cycle exists, it's not love, it's dependency. Imagine your partner never changes. Are you willing to stay with them as they are now? If the answer is no, it's time to question why you're holding on. Working on your self-esteem is crucial too. When you start valuing yourself, you stop seeking validation from others. You no longer tolerate bad treatment because you know you deserve better. This doesn't mean becoming arrogant or closing yourself off, but learning to be the person who loves and supports you first yourself. Then you'll start choosing partners who share your values and are ready to build relationships as equals. Another way is to rethink your expectations of love. If you grew up on romantic movies where love is always dramatic, try focusing on real stories. Talk to people who are happy in their relationships and learn how they built them. You'll often find that healthy relationships don't require constant struggle or proving anything. They're built on mutual respect, trust, and the ability to be vulnerable without fear of rejection. Being mindful in choosing a partner is key. Notice how you feel around someone. If you constantly feel anxious, insecure, or like you need to prove something, that's a sign something's wrong. Love shouldn't feel like an endless chase for a prize that always slips away. True intimacy brings peace, not stress. This doesn't mean healthy relationships lack emotion or passion, but they're not built on constant uncertainty. Sometimes taking a break to reflect is helpful. Therapy, journaling, talking with close friends, or even meditation can help you understand why you choose the wrong partners. Maybe you're afraid of being happy because happiness feels unfamiliar and scary. Maybe you don't believe you deserve good treatment. These beliefs were formed over years, and changing them takes time and effort, but it's worth it. Ultimately, the partner you choose reflects how you treat yourself. If you learn to be kind and attentive to your own needs, you'll start attracting people who share that attitude. Love isn't about suffering or fighting for someone's attention. It's about mutual respect, support, and the ability to be yourself with another person. To stop falling for the wrong people, first become the right person for yourself, someone who knows their worth and won't settle for less than they deserve. If you want to learn more about human psychology, subscribe to the channel, give a like, and see you soon.